of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In the
These acts
councils
shatter
of government,
steel,
we must guard
but they
against
cannot dent
the
the steel.
acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically oppose the secret society.
We, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in the
decided
past,
long ago
to do whatever
dangers
needs
of
to be done
excessive and unwarranted
to
concealment
preserve this last and
facts
greatest bastion of freedom.
far outweigh the dangers
In this
which are
present
cited to
crisis,
justify it.
government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where the rundown didn't go through because my mic wasn't picking up. So that's fun.
But other than that, everything's working.
So we're not nearly as smart as Biden thought we were.
That's okay.
It's fine. Totally fine.
I'm all right with that. Solid.
So.
Cody, is your mic picking up?
Oh, yeah.
Is your mic picking up, like, on the program?
No, you.
Yes.
Okay. Yours is all the way on the left. Okay.
It's right next to this one.
So, this is really different, and I think that we need to turn that light on because it's really dark. I'm watching it through the stream. It's really dark.
Let me see here.
It's dark. Just turn the light on,
It is
Cody.
pretty dark on this stream. Like, on
Turn the
our
light
screen
on.
over here, it doesn't look that dark.
Oh, fuck.
Get up. It's your legs work.
Ah, it was bright. Should not have looked into that. Oh, no.
Oh my god. It's been a week. Wait, am I working? Can everybody hear me? That's Yep, okay, never mind. I think everything was going fine until we found out that Jones Soda had Black Lives Matter on the packaging.
And then that just threw off the
It just
whole
threw it
evening.
all off.
That threw off the whole evening.
Because last week it was that everything went smoothly because of Jones. This week everything went to hell because of Jones. So, usual format, short, sweet, to the point. How was the week, Joe?
Hot. That's about all I got for that.
That's
Hot.
it's an accurate statement. Cody, your week?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Because it was so hot, everybody wanted to come do things in the AC where I was. So money was made.
That's an excellent point.
Yourself?
I just worked all week.
Yeah, I didn't figure it was important anyways.
It really wasn't. Not a super spectacular week, so it's fine.
Sorry.
But,
I'm sorry.
you know, as usual, weeks are covered. Let's talk freedom things.
Freedom.
My Jones Soda is warm.
Well, that's because Black Lives Matter, Joe.
And you've got it sitting next
Quit
to a
playing
salt
footsie
lamp.
with me under the table.
Sorry. This is new. I'm getting used to this new
Yeah, this is
arrangement.
new. It's different. I like
Getting
it.
used to this.
Except for the footsie part. I don't like that
There
part.
we go. Maybe adjust a little bit.
So, since the intro didn't quite work the way it was supposed to work, except for like the video portion of it.
Yeah, normally your rundown works, but the video don't work. Now the video's working. And
I
your
think it was
rundown
because of the move when I unplugged my mic.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, you gotta reconnect it every time.
Yeah. So, anywho, Biden. Did you know that he drove an 18-wheeler?
I'm pretty sure Biden's never worked a real job in his entire life.
I'm pretty sure you're completely right on that.
I'm pretty sure he's done nothing but be a useless
Politician.
his
Yeah.
entire life.
He's also
And
a serial plagiarizer.
had he have ever worked a real job in his life, by
He
now he would
wouldn't
have
have been
forgot
a
it.
Democrat.
He would have forgot it.
Yeah. Yeah, he wouldn't have remembered.
Touche. Which is why he thinks he drove an 18-wheeler. Because he can't remember anything. He literally knows nothing. But,
Jin Balsaki
you know,
probably told him he drove an 18-wheeler. So he believed it.
that's Biden. Just
Whatever you want me to do.
Yep.
And then there's always,
Go, you know the thing.
yeah,
That is
exactly.
an accurate Biden in the middle of any speech.
Yeah. It's insane how this man is still the president of the United States.
Yeah, I know, man.
I don't understand how he's still in power. I don't get it.
I don't either.
From what I hear, there's a push to have him evaluated.
Which was the plan all along.
But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I think that was the plan all along. It's just
It probably
it's finally
was.
starting to come to fruition.
But,
fruition.
the fact of the matter is that it's embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
It's literally embarrassing for him to be in charge at all. So between that and, his constant gaffes and asking, what in the hell you say?
You mess with that dang thing again.
Just a little bit. Just
I'm
trying
going
to
to probably bust out in laughter if halfway through this it falls off.
get it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's likely. I just. First off, Cody, shut up. Second off, Matt's here this week.
Probes?
No. I don't know what happened to him. He wasn't in here last week. I sent him a message on Discord. He's not responded. So, I don't know what the deal with
Oh, Skelly.
Probst is, but Skelly's here, yeah. Howdy, Matt. Howdy, Chris. As always.
You can get 81 million votes when you forge 50 million of them. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically. So, there's that. Cody, I need you to get on ye old interwebs and find the clip of the congressional shit. I'm so scatterbrained right now.
I am typing that in right now. Congressional shit.
Well, you'll probably find some pretty interesting stuff. What I'm talking about is the voter turnout in Texas. On YouTube is fine. Because
No, it's not.
Democrats got roasted as far as voter turnout in Texas. Because, they have this voter suppression law now that they've passed. And apparently it's, racist and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, that are you talking about the one where they're it requires them to have an ID and all that good stuff?
Yeah, things that you have to have,
basic stuff.
for literally almost anything you do.
Is it recent?
Yes.
Okay, because all I've got is voter turnout Texas 8 months ago.
Let's see. Well, it was on Bongino yesterday, and now I can't remember. What in the hell? Basically, it was. What am I trying to say? I'm drawing a blank. It's one of those
Clocking
days.
out.
And next time on Embers of Liberty.
Next time on Embers of Liberty. Good night.
Yeah, we're done. Bye.
You are fake news.
next time.
Damn it. Okay, I got to pull up Bongino to see what that was, who it was.
All right, while you're doing all that,
Yeah, go ahead.
everybody, what do you think of our new setup? This is our new setup. We took the TV out because, well, we got the screen share thing now. So we took the TV out. You couldn't really see it anyway. Got a little salt lamp back here. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's real. My grandma got it for us for Christmas, and I was like, let's incorporate it into our little setup here. Joe Rogan's got like a huge one on his desk.
Yes, he does.
It's like massive. That sucker's like this big.
Let's see.
It's huge. But I believe in the science of it. It's supposed to help clean, help purify the air and all that good stuff. And plus, it just freaking, I think it just looks cool. It's got a good little ambiance.
Well, does the Texas Senate pass the GOP backed voting bill?
No.
No. All right.
It's gonna be. Give me a second. I'm looking for it so that I can tell you.
And then I still got my little tinfoil hat. I've mounted it to the top of my mic here.
This is just.
Oh, and Cody, we have one more decoration.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
It's got to be like a moment where it's needed. At some point tonight, there's going to be the moment. And then it will happen.
I'm just fed up and I just yell.
When you say it in actual context of it being needed, then it will be introduced.
Well, I mean, I can bring up something that I could use it in the context of.
Not right now.
Not right now? Or not ready? Okay.
This is... He's having Bidenisms.
I can't remember what her name was, and...
You know what really grinds my gears? When you're in the middle of something, and you turn into Joe Biden. Can't remember what's going on.
You can't just...
You know what really grinds my gears?
When you try to do that...
Listen, I don't have a thing.
Yeah, because you sucked at it. We tried to give it to you.
They already know.
And you were awful.
They already know.
You were awful at
What?
it.
They already know what it is.
They don't know?
They know. They know.
What is happening? I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm so...
About the new decoration. Because we have the tinfoil hat. We got our little lamp now. We got the cup that Chris has
Dang it,
made.
Matt.
So now, give it to me. We have the pig.
I don't know. Can you even see the pig?
Yeah. It was actually better in the other place. Okay. It's fine. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's where it needs to be.
I am getting the pig. I'm having trouble finding this. And it's really getting on my nerves now.
Yeah, the pig took... if you put it on top of the cup, it takes up too much.
Real estate?
Yeah. There we go. That works. Right beside the cup. Oh, in the cup.
No.
Yes.
No, Hulk. No.
In the cup.
No, now you done. Hulk, this is all your fault. It's never going to line up again. Me and Joe argued for 15.
Yeah, you definitely just jacked that up because the logo is over here now.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and all you can see is that looks like ass. Sorry.
Hold on.
Looks like burnt pig ass. What are you doing to that poor animal?
I don't know what is going on.
Put the cup back. Put the pig beside it. No, Joe. Now everybody can just see pig ass right now.
Hold on. I got it. Pig looks a little Dracula.
Oh, what? Stop.
Right there.
Yeah, that's fine. If you stop touching it, you can leave it right there.
Let's see.
Good job, Chris.
Matt.
Jesus. I don't know what's... I'm listen, somebody else is going to have to look for this because I'm having massive problems finding it.
I think they pulled it because I looked.
I bet they pulled it.
And there's nothing about it.
No. It was. Damn it.
What's it called?
It was a Senate hearing, and I can't remember what the Senate hearing was.
All right, y'all do.
But what was said?
Go on to next topic. Y'all go do things. I'll look.
About voter turnout.
But it's Texas, right?
Yep. Let's see. It was. Damn it.
I'm showing that back July 13th. Like, is this supposed to have been recent?
Yeah, like it was literally talked about in Congress this week.
I don't know, man. Like,
7/29/2021, Texas lawmakers sound the alarm. Senate Dems lack urgency on voting rights.
No.
All right, well, I'll just kill myself now.
Basically, this one of the.
Did I really just do that?
What?
Yeah. I didn't notice I had the lid off. I was like, why is this? I was like, wait.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't do drugs.
This is a comedy of errors today. Again.
I told you, like, everything worked fine, and now we can't get the show right.
Yeah, because we discovered that our beloved Jones Soda is...
Hey, man. Look, they support buying large mansions. So what? I would buy large mansions if I owned stock in Jones. It's just how you do it.
Okay, so let's... Damn it. Nothing. I can't think. I literally I can't think today. And I think it's because the rundown didn't work.
It's like that messed you all up.
It did. Let's talk about the January 6th thing.
Okay, I got on here. Oh yeah, Chris, yeah. That was a bad week. Matt's first week back, the wheels are falling off again. Okay, so I've got one on here, Justin. The live, it was streamed live. It's the House Committee on Oversight and Reform holds hearing on voting rights in Texas. And I also have a House Committee discusses Texas voting rights, and they're outside.
I don't think they're outside.
Okay. I said I'm not about to go. Both of them are 4 hours long, so let's just move on to the next thing.
Yeah, let's talk about the January 6th Commission.
Yes, now
because
that's something we can talk about.
That's something that we can definitely talk about. The tear fest out of the cops.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Was a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. And of course they had to get all the liberal cops.
Yeah, of course.
Which is weird because I've never really seen a liberal cop.
Here's what I want you to pull up, Cody. I want you to pull up the BLM riots at the White House from last year while Trump was in office.
The what?
The BLM riots at the White House, the video of it.
Just type in White House BLM riot.
One year ago?
It would have been a year ago. It would be at night, and it would be...
Yeah, this is night.
Probably that first one there.
Probably. My phone keeps sliding off.
That was a year ago. Solid.
Yeah, so it ties into what I want to talk about, though. So...
Thing.
What?
You can click on it? Yeah, click on it.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright.
So...
Switch the screen over.
No, I'm not ready for that yet. So... They're doing a commission on January 6th.
Right.
Because it was an insurrection.
Which I don't think
right?
it was.
Where I want to know where the investigation is into the BLM riots. I want to know why you're still playing footsie with me.
I'm trying to stretch out, man.
I also I really do. I want to know why they are investigating a couple hundred unarmed Americans storming the Capitol, but they're not investigating the people who literally tried to burn the White House down with the President of the United States in it. Which one seems more like an insurrection to you?
I mean...
Actually, I would say not an insurrection. I would say an assassination attempt, which is worse.
I mean...
So, let's put this on screen share. All right, Cody. So, how long is that?
Overnight when
I don't
Washington
know, couple minutes.
was in chaos.
3 minutes.
There were running battles between protesters and police through the streets. And coursing through the crowd was a seething anger that only built as the evening wore on. Some activists at times pleaded with the police to show restraint.
Why don't you guys stand up against the bad cops?
Kneeling and begging them to see that there is another way than confrontation. What is your message to these police officers?
My message, to treat us like American citizens, to treat us like we matter, to treat us like you're actually here to protect and serve.
Why don't you act like it's America?
There's no
then?
reason we gotta pull a gun out on us before actually trying to figure out the situation, to try to understand the situation. I've been shot 9 times so far by rubber bullets. What have I done? I got bum rushed on my knee the same way with my hands up.
This is just playing out just a few meters here from the White House. A row of police officers here trying to keep control. The White House and the president in lockdown. He is barricaded in that building while we've got protesters outside and a row of police officers trying to regain control of the nation's capital. There was vandalism and looting too by a tiny minority. And the police briefly lost control of this area around the White House and were forced to make repeated charges. Several buildings were set alight. For some black activists, such acts of violence are themselves a tragedy.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
For these largely peaceful protests, powerful and eloquent, are in danger of being hijacked by
Powerful and eloquent?
elements.
That's not the words I would have
Destruction
thought
is
of.
here because a lot of people are upset and they're tired of the police killing black men. But at the same time, if we want the White House to hear us and be seen, we gotta come together and we gotta kneel. We gotta be peaceful. You see all this? No, this is not gonna get the message. They're gonna continue to ignore us because of this.
These street skirmishes lasted for several hours. And this is just one city among dozens across the country. that
Okay,
are
we can stop
experiencing
now.
this
So,
But the insurrection.
so you're telling me that you're not going to arrest any of those people. You're not going to.
Well, some of those people
investigate-
were arrested, but they were bailed out.
They're not doing anything near what those people should have done to them.
Oh, of course.
For the rioting, the looting, the destruction of property, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
What did they break on January 6th?
They broke some windows. Stole Nancy Pelosi's podium.
Yeah, but that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
What's not funny is businesses burning.
Right.
What's not funny is
Technically,
ill-informed people protesting something that really is a non-issue because
Right.
you're more likely as a white man to be shot and killed by the police than you are as a black man.
Yep.
The problem,
Like, I'd like-
again, is that black people commit a disproportionate amount of crime.
Yeah. It's not our That's not our fault.
We can talk about the, generational poverty, but again, this goes back to Democrat policy, where Democrats incentivized single motherhood by giving handouts to the government.
Yep.
The point is that we know what happened on January 6th.
Yep.
We know that a couple of bad actors got a lot of people caught up in the moment, and they all did something they shouldn't have done.
Yep.
An insurrection It was not. Go ahead and find some of the testimony from the January 6th Commission, though. And Matt Skelly says the best coverage from the January 6th hearings is from the Babylon Bee.
I'm going to look it up.
That would be because they're basically not even satire anymore. You can't make this shit up. It's unbelievable, though. It really is. And I don't get it. I don't understand what the deal is with January 6th that makes it so bad.
There's a couple different ones here to choose from. So.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. What, Cody?
I said there's a couple different ones here to choose from. So.
Give us some options. Get some of the police ones. That's what I want to see.
Capitol police officers testified January 6th.
Yeah.
4 days ago.
Okay, yeah, here's one for the Babylon Bee. Ghost of AOC testifies before January 6th committee.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, Representative D. Twitch.
At the first hearing covering the January 6th insurrection, powerful, gripping testimony was given by the ghost of AOC, who passed away in the deadly riots. Committee members got out some candles and a Ouija board and attempted to summon her spirit. Finally, she materialized and gave her testimony. Reporters say there wasn't a dry eye in the places Ocasio-Cortez related the events of that day. I died that day, she said, ghost tears flowing from her face. It was horrifying. It was like a medieval war, fighting inch by inch, little by little, trying to push out the invaders. Sadly, while others survived by the skin of their teeth, I didn't make it. Ocasio recounted to a mesmerized audience how she fought off the attackers with her .50 caliber mounted machine gun, taking down wave after wave of Trump supporters intent on killing her. But finally, she claims one of them threw a copy of The Art of the Deal at her face, and she dropped it.
I'm so... Oh my God.
She claimed the person who threw the book at her was probably Ted Cruz. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta go haunt Ben Shapiro now. Bye. Oh, man.
So much unity.
Oh my God, that was beautiful. Thank you for that.
Yep, Matt. I'm glad you brought our attention to that, because it's hilarious.
That is awesome. That's the best shit I've heard all day.
Oh,
all right.
I got tears.
Yeah, me too. There's not a dry eye at Embers of Liberty right now. Go ahead and play that clip, Cody.
Other major news this Tuesday night, the House Select Committee on the January 6th attack on the Capitol and its first public hearing today. 4 officers who defended the Capitol that day in their own words in front of the American people. Their searing and emotional descriptions of what they witnessed, what was said to them, what was done to them, and more than one officer saying, "I thought I was going to die," and how they feel about efforts to redefine what really happened that day. Rachel Scott on the Hill tonight.
Do you swear?
Tonight, 4 uniformed police officers, in their own words, testifying before Congress, telling Americans what they went through on January 6th.
I remember thinking there was a very good chance I would be torn apart or shot to death with my own weapon.
Their harrowing account came with new and raw video. The violent mob of Trump supporters surging into the Capitol. This officer refusing to give ground, even as one man punches the glass behind him.
Can I speak to Pelosi? Yeah, we're coming. Oh, my pants, we're coming for you too.
Sergeant Aquilino Ganell, who also served in Iraq, first to testify.
On January 6th, for the first time, I was more afraid to work at the Capitol than my entire deployment to Iraq.
Sergeant Ganell said he thought he was going to die.
Back up! No, stop!
Crushed by the mob, sprayed by chemicals.
I arrived home at
that was
nearly
a smoke
4 a.m. on January 7th. I had to push my wife away from me because she wanted to hug me. And I told her no because of the other chemical that my uniform had on. Sorry.
I don't believe you.
Then Officer Michael Fanone.
I was dragged from the line of officers and into the crowd. I heard someone scream.
Hey, Cody, pause
I
that
got
for a
one. As I was swarmed by a violent mob.
First of all, you can't believe this guy because of that junky beard he's got.
Yeah.
Actually,
Today, you were canceled, junky beard man.
Here's my thought. So, okay, you're testifying, right?
Okay.
So we're asking you a question and you're answering based on an emotional state that you physically remember in that moment.
Right.
He is reading a scripted reply.
So was the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
how do I know you're actually police officer? How do I know you're not actors that look like the officers?
Well, I don't.
How do I know you haven't been told what to say?
That's my point. How do we know that this is not some ploy to make this look worse than it was?
I mean, this dude doesn't look very well put together for a police officer, to be completely honest with you. You know, he's kind of scruffy looking. Like, who's allowed to have a beard? Like, I've seen where police officers, you can have facial hair as long as it's kept.
Yeah,
kind of like
it's supposed
mine.
to be clean cut.
Yeah, but this guy don't look clean cut, and his hair, and I'm not believing it, man.
My thing is that I don't believe anything that comes out of any of these people's mouths because of the fact that January 6th should not even be a thing anymore.
No.
It happened. A couple of people died. It's over. Move on. All this is a ploy to keep this at the forefront of the American news cycle so that they can influence the 2022 Senate and House races. That's all they're doing. They're trying to keep this at the forefront of everybody's minds, thinking it's going to keep Republicans from winning their races.
Yeah. This is all about trying to keep
The
Trump.
problem with that is that it's not going to work. So, the polls right now are showing that Biden is way, way, way down in approval. Like, way down.
Matt, are you talking about when he's sitting out in front of that church and they gas the people? So if that's true, I see that, but also from what I understand, they were going to be moving them anyway, whether or not he came out there and stood in front of that church. Whether they're right, whether they're wrong, I don't know.
Yeah, Matt, the thing is Trump didn't have anybody tear gassed. Which I know that you know this, but to make it... We have somebody that I've never...
Lonnie? I know Lonnie. We know Lonnie.
That's
Unbroken?
You don't know him. It's Unbroken Spirit.
Okay. Cool.
Gaming buddy, man.
Yeah. Welcome, Lonnie.
Lonnie's cool.
It makes no sense to me that you have all of this hubbub about January 6th, but you won't do anything about the people who literally terrorized cities for months on end over non-existent systemic racism.
Well, that's because it don't fit the narrative, man.
If there is a racist policy, point it out to me. We will fight it together. January 6th was nothing more than a march on the Capitol that got out of hand because of a few bad actors.
Yep. I agree.
Because once something like that starts, you're already there. It's easy to get caught up in that moment.
Yep.
This literally was nothing.
Now, I did see video where they were trying to fight the cops there and stuff. And to me, it's like, well, guys, y'all are supposed to be on the side of supporting the cops. Don't do that. Like we're not supporting these people.
No, not at all. The thing is that the reason the Capitol building got overran the way that it did is because the intelligence reports were ignored. They knew months in advance that this was coming. where was the extra support from the police?
I think the idea is that typically Republican style, things like this don't get out of hand. So I don't think they really expected it to.
Yeah.
I think they expected it just to be all talk.
Yeah. But guess
Turns
what?
out it wasn't.
It's the time for talk is over.
Time to get the pig.
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's time to get the pig.
Oh, it's time to get the pig.
Not quite. It's getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting close.
We're feeding the
to
pig.
Needing to get the pig.
We're feeding the pig right now.
You're not wrong. I'm trying to get situated over here again.
Yeah, I
Because
finally
I'm
got
not
comfortable. Getting used to this new setup.
The whole thing is a bunch of bullshit. It's always been bullshit. It's always going to be bullshit. There's no reason for any of this to be going on the way that it's going on. And it's because of divisive politicians with an agenda.
Yep.
That's you can't call it anything else. That's what it is.
Yep.
It's all these divisive politicians that just want to get their way and retain power. And that's what they are. They are divisive assholes that do not have any of our best interests at heart. At all. So, that's my take on it. And I'm over it. I'm over January 6th. I'm
tired of hearing about it.
I'm tired of hearing about all of it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing about that voter ID law is racist. It's not.
Nope, it's definitely not.
I'm just tired, man.
I'm ready to move into the woods. I'm ready to boog. Ready to boog, man.
We're going to have to start wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, I mean, I've got one.
I mean, I've got to buy one, but we need to start just wearing
I've got
Hawaiian
one.
shirts so that we can be labeled by YouTube as extremists.
I'm waiting for that.
I mean, it'll happen eventually, I'm sure.
I think we'll have to get more viewers before we get that going.
Maybe. But,
Let's
next thing...
Let's see if I can find some more Babylon B.
Yeah, you do that. I'm going to try to find this voter ID thing that I was talking about earlier. I'm really, I'm dead set on finding that.
Okay, so here are the most non-terrifying criminals from the January 6th Capitol attack. Buffalo guy. Oh, excuse me. Look at his face. Truly terrifying. Legal experts all agree that since he stood up in front of the congressional chambers, he is now legally our ruler. Bow down before Bison Man. Oh my goodness. Nitin Meemaw Gunderson. Okay, so this picture is this like an old lady. Wow, terror, horror, truly the face of a criminal. Okay, technically she was storming the Kansas state capitol, not the one in D.C., but still, she's such a terrorist. Her terror spreads across the whole land. It's some Meemaw-looking woman. Okay, the guy who put his feet on Pelosi's desk, the act of a madman, the nation will never recover. That is Mahogany. The massive army of robot assassins who literally murdered AOC. These guys were ruthless. Rest in peace, AOC. F's in the chat for the world's smartest socialist. The deadly lectern thief. Whole chapters in future history textbooks will be written about the guy who literally walked in the building and walked out with a piece of wood. We're talking about John Wilkes Booth levels of impact on our country. The squirrel. Just look at it. There's a squirrel on the Capitol the edge of the Capitol. Or it looks like they may have photoshopped him in. It said the squirrel, just look at him. He's clearly up to something. There's a pigeon mounted. This pigeon, dastardly. These professional insurrectionists were having quite a time, or having quite a bit of trouble climbing a wall. Had they succeeded in climbing the wall, the law of the land would have mandated that we make them our rulers. They would have to fight Buffalo Guy in unarmed combat before the honor, though. See, and the mastermind behind it all, this deranged lunatic who specifically told everyone to remain peaceful. The psycho said, I know that everyone here will soon be marching over the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Truly the rallying cry of a madman. We know these pictures are hard to look at, but it's important to remember how terrible this day was so we can all repeat it. Oh, so we will never repeat it. Oh, Babylon Bee cracks me up.
I love the Babylon Bee. I can't find this, and it's really starting to piss me off.
Never forget, here are 12 artifacts that have been donated to the Smithsonian's January 6th exhibit.
Wait, there's a... Is that an actual thing or no?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that representative that donated his jacket?
No.
You didn't?
Uh-uh.
Hold on. Like, that's actually a real story.
Holy shit.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, Representative Andy Kim, who helped clean up the mess left behind by insurrectionists who violently stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, is donating the suit he wore that day to the Smithsonian Institution. He tweeted the news Tuesday, exactly 6 months after the attack took place. On Wednesday, Smithsonian National Museum of American History spokesperson Valeska Hilbig confirmed with DCist that it collected the congressman's suit as a part of a larger initiative to assess now and in the future what historians and the public will know about January 6, 2021. Kim writes, he bought the suit off the rack during a J. Crew holiday sale, intended to wear it to President Joe Biden's inauguration on January 6. He woke up to the news of Democrats winning in the Georgia elections, and he wore the suit in celebration, he says in the post. So, do any of y'all know about anything about J. Crew? Like, isn't that like a really...
I think it's a really expensive brand, but I don't know anything about it.
Let's see. Well, they make bathing suits.
I'm trying so hard. I'm even going back to the Bongino episode.
Let's see. I mean, yeah, the clothing's a little expensive. I mean, you're talking about $80, $90 for a button-up shirt. I mean, for us normal folks, yeah, that's gonna be expensive. But imagine this dude. He bought it on sale, and he's gonna wear it. He's a representative of our country. He makes crap ton of money, and he got it on a J. Crew holiday sale, and that's the suit he's gonna wear to Joe Biden's inauguration.
Found it. Nancy Mace. Cody.
Yes.
Nancy Mace. Nancymace.
Yes.
That's all you need to type in. It's 2 days ago.
Do you need an ID to rent an apartment?
Do you need an ID to rent an apartment? On the YouTubes.
Sales.
So, let me know when that preview is over. Okie dokie. So, finally found it, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, she pretty much. Yeah, this whole January 6th commission is definitely going to be biased, I think, because Nancy Pelosi is like selected people herself, and like she's turned down, Republicans and all that stuff. Which she has some Republicans on there, but I don't know. It's just weird to me. I think this is all just going to be a big crap on the Republicans fest.
That's all this entire administration has been, is a let's shit on the Republican Party.
Yeah. All right. Justin, you want to switch it over?
It's already swapped over.
Okay.
Damn it.
Play it.
I hate this stupid thing.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Representative Nancy Mace for her 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to thank Ms. Thompson. I was a state lawmaker for 3 years before I came to Congress. I represent the 1st Congressional District of South Carolina, and South Carolina has had its own history, very bad history with black South Carolinians, black and brown and African Americans. I recently took a vote to move statues like Supreme Court Justice Taney, removing his bust out of the Capitol Rotunda because he wrote the Dred Scott opinion, the one that said that black and brown and African Americans could not become citizens of the United States of America. I voted to move, someone like Wade Hampton, who encouraged the murder of over 150 black South Carolinians during his run for governor. And so I appreciate your comments about the 60s. I was not around then, but I've watched and read a lot of the history and seen the videos and seen the moments of violence against black America. So I applaud your work on that. My understanding is you were elected in 1972 in Texas. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Right, and I applaud you for making history. I imagine in
Put your
Texas
mask
and being a
back
strong
on.
voice for black men and black women. Coming from South Carolina, we've got voter ID, and I'm assuming Texas is the same way. Do y'all need IDs to buy alcohol when you're purchasing at the store?
Yes, to be sure that you are capable of doing that.
Right. Do you need an ID in Texas to buy cigarettes?
You can't buy them unless you're at least 21.
But do you have to show an ID to buy
You
cigarettes?
have to show an ID.
Do you need an ID when you're getting a job and trying to get on payroll in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID to go to the pharmacy and get a prescription in Texas?
It depends on the prescription.
But do you need an ID for some prescriptions in
you do.
Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID to get Social Security services in Texas?
You do.
Do you need an ID to rent an apartment in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID if you're going to buy a house and finance it via a mortgage in Texas?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas if you're going to board an aircraft and fly commercial?
Yes.
Did you fly commercial or fly a private jet on the way to D.C.?
A chartered plane.
Do you have to show an ID when you fly in a private charter jet?
Yes.
I wouldn't know. I've never flown on one. So, did you need an ID to get in the building here today?
Yes.
Do you need an ID in Texas to open a bank account?
Yes.
To cash your check if you're working. Do you know, Representative Thompson, what percentage of blacks in Texas, black and brown African Americans, are registered to vote?
Oh, a huge percentage.
70%. Do you know what percentage of African Americans, black and brown Texans, have voted on average or in the last election?
About 64%.
Correct. Do you know how many whites are registered to vote in Texas?
Far more than African Americans.
72%. You have 70% of blacks in Texas who are registered to vote. You have 72% of whites in Texas who are registered to vote. Do you know the percentage of whites who turned out to vote in recent elections?
I want to say over 50-some%.
65%. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics are registered to vote in Texas?
No, I do not.
63%. Do you know what percentage of Hispanics voted in the last election?
I think it was over 40%.
53%. Hispanics are not voting in as high a numbers as blacks and whites in Texas. Do you know the percentage of Democrats that support voter ID?
Would you repeat your question?
Do you know the number or percentage of Democrats who support voter ID in this country?
I do not, but I don't think it's a whole lot.
72%. Do
Pause
you know
it.
the number of black and brown and African?
Hold on. I thought voter ID was racist.
Uh-oh.
I thought that Democrats, like normal, everyday Democrats, thought that voter ID was racist.
No.
So really, it's like 25%.
Just the woke Democrats think that it's
of
racist.
Democrats think that voter ID is racist.
Yeah, just the woke ones.
And don't support voter
Yeah,
ID.
just the woke ones.
Okay, go ahead, Cody. I just wanted to get that out there. I just wanted to make sure because, racist. Go ahead, Cody.
Americans in this country who support voter ID?
No.
75%. Do you know
Pause
the
it.
number of Hispanics that's...
I thought black people didn't want voter ID.
Uh-oh. Somebody was wrong.
Oh.
I'm in danger.
Seems like 75% of them do want voter ID.
That's more than half.
Yeah, by a lot. Go ahead.
Actually, by that lady's count, that would be astronomical numbers, because a lot more white people in Texas are registered to vote than blacks, and it was 2%. So that's astronomical, over 50%.
I don't know what you just said. Because she was talking about black people.
No, but backtracking. Hold on. Sorry, 2 seconds. So, backtracking, she asked her how many black people were registered to vote in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
And she didn't know, and they gave her the answer 70%. And then she followed that with how many white people are registered to vote. And the lady was like, a lot more than that. She was like 72%.
Yeah.
2% more.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I follow you now. I was
Gotcha.
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I knew what I was saying.
Like you always know
support
what you're
voter
saying.
ID in this country?
No.
81%. Do you know
81%
where the
of
state
Hispanic
of Texas
people.
is ranked with black voter turnout in this country?
Would black voters turn out?
Do you know where Texas is ranked?
Oh, 44%.
The latest numbers that I read this morning was that Texas is ranked 10th. Do you know where Texas is ranked? So then top 10 in the country. Do you know where Texas is ranked with women voters?
Oh, way up in the 50s.
In the bottom third of this country. So I would argue that Texas has a more difficult problem with getting women out to vote than black and brown and African Americans. Thank you.
Sounds
and I
like
yield
she's
back.
severely disconnected with her state.
Sounds like Democrats don't know shit about shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like your everyday, I meet you on the street Democrat. I'm talking about the Democrats that make the laws.
The Demorats.
Yeah.
That one.
The
Democrats.
The gutter rat infestation in Washington, D.C.
The Woker rats.
They don't know what they're talking about. Cody, I got another one for you to pull up.
All right, I got you.
The French riots over the vaccine mandate. Speaking of, did you know that if you're vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask?
I mean, I'm not vaccinated. I'm not going to wear a mask. So, especially if I was vaccinated, I would not.
Correct. But, now the CDC is saying we all need to mask up again.
Yo, not happening.
No. Not going to do that, like, ever again.
Saying the Delta variant is caused from the COVID vaccine, actually.
Wait, what?
First,
Yeah.
I've not heard
that launched today.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
That was a CDC press release today.
I haven't heard that the Delta variant was
I'll try to
caused
find
from
it
the
for you.
vaccine.
I'll see if I can. Let's see.
What I do know is that the 7-day rolling average of deaths in the United States at the time when the CDC said that vaccinated individuals do not have to wear masks anymore was over 500 per day, 7-day rolling average. Joe, do you know what the 7-day rolling average is right now?
For what?
The 7-day rolling average of deaths from COVID-19. Do you know what it is right now?
No.
Mid-200s.
Okay.
So you mean to tell me that you lifted the mask mandates and the mask recommendations for vaccinated people when it was double and then some what it is right now, but now you want us to mask again even if we've been vaccinated with half those 7-day rolling average of deaths from COVID? Does this make any sense?
No.
Then why? That would be because they want to make you be afraid of something that there's no reason to be afraid of.
All right, so I'm not seeing nothing on that so far.
Oh.
Now there is I think there is like some speculation.
There's probably speculation, but I think more than anything, if the vaccine caused the Delta variant, it's because the virus couldn't infect people, so it mutated. But I don't think that...
Exactly, Matt. Exactly.
Yes. I actually saw that quote shortly before I deactivated my Facebook. Anyway, Cody, do you have the...
Yep. There's a...
the thing pulled up from France?
A couple different ones. Anti-vaccine protest in Paris turns violent. French protesters want freedom amid President Macron's vaccine push.
Yes.
Protesters in France demonstrate against...
The vaccine, well, I mean, any of that stuff, as long as it's from like...
It's all within the last week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, any of that stuff will work.
We've got you taken care of.
And go ahead.
It's doing things.
Oh, well, don't go ahead then.
It's
What is it? What is that?
It's an ad. It's
full
froze.
Screen. Take it off full screen.
Yeah, hit escape. Refresh that screen. Yeah, there you go. Stupid ads. I hate YouTube. I hate it. Granted, I mean, it gives us the ability to interact with our viewership on
All
the
four
fly.
of them.
But I've got 6 over here.
I was showing 4 a minute ago.
Whatever, Joe. It doesn't matter.
All right, I got you.
All right, lay it down.
You got it ready to do things?
It's already. It's been on there.
All right, cool.
What is... So, you know, growing up, I always considered the French to be
cowards,
a cowardly people.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, man. France grew some
But
nuts.
these people have giant iron balls because they are actually protesting for their freedom.
Yeah.
From being forced into having the vaccine, from being forced into lockdowns, from all of this shit. These guys have gigantic steel balls that we as Americans
need to grow.
Like
the French. When the French...
Yeah, when the French make us look like pussies, it's a problem.
Yes.
Oh, let's still go on.
Hey, NBC
Don't let him
News
talk.
viewers,
Do not.
thanks for checking out
he
our
just
YouTube
tainted.
Shut up, Lester Holt.
He tainted
freaking
our whole show. Tainted.
We've been tainted. Regardless, when the French show us up, there's a
bad.
problem.
We got problems.
We got major problems, and I don't like it. Because, the running joke in our childhood was, I got a French rifle for sale. Never fired, just dropped once.
Yeah, I still use that.
I do too. But now,
kind of going the other direction.
It's kind of making us look like pussies, and I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't like it at all.
Yep.
Now, granted, I think that sooner rather than later, red states are going to start doing what the French are doing right now.
Yeah. Well, Cody, we're a red state. You know what to look up next? Governor Ivy.
Oh, we're gonna feature Governor Meemaw?
Governor Meemaw, where she gets mad and starts blaming the unvaccinated.
I love Governor Meemaw.
Yeah, just type in like Governor Ivy, the unvaccinated. She kind of snaps at one of the reporters. Well, shoot.
Hey, don't do that.
Yeah, just probably that one.
Here we have this
freaking ads, man.
Yeah, and you gotta let me know. Okay. All right, man. Roll that beautiful Governor Meemaw footage.
Ah, son of a...
Rewind.
I want folks to get vaccinated. That's the cure. That prevents everything. Why we want to mess around with just temporary stuff? We don't need to encourage people to just go halfway with curing this disease. Let's get it done, and we know what it takes to get it done. Let's get a shot in your arm. And so I've done it. It's safe. It's effective. The data proves that it works. It doesn't cost you anything. It saves lives.
What about those students who are too young to be vaccinated and are returning to school in a few weeks? Are you recommending for them to wear masks in class?
That's left up to every school in the district to make that decision.
All right, and we've got time for one final question right
You
here.
talk about the vaccine saving lives, but Alabama still is last in the country when it comes to vaccination rates. Besides, this emotional plea you just gave us, what is it going to take to get people to get shots in arms?
I don't know. You tell me. Folks supposed to have common sense. But it's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks. It's the unvaccinated folks that make mistakes.
But as a leader of the state, don't you think it's your responsibility to try and help get this situation under control?
I've done all I know how to do. I can encourage you to do something, but I can't make you take care of yourself.
All right, last question right here.
One quick unrelated COVID question. You might have heard there's a city councilman in Tarrant who used the N-word during a council meeting. There's calls for him to resign from office. What are your thoughts? Do you think he should resign for using that word?
That's between him and his constituents.
All right, thank you.
Governor Meemaw for the win.
Ain't no win. Ticks me off.
Listen, I would rather. I'm getting rid of this stupid thing.
She's still blaming the unvaccinated. She's one of these people trying to say, "Oh, it's the pandemic of the unvaccinated."
Well, for the most part now, you really. Okay, so here's my honest to God opinion. Now that fucking stop playing footsie with me,
I'm
Joe.
trying to stretch out, man. I'm fat.
We're all fat. This is the beauty of me being over here. Look at that. Great.
Chair leaned back. Mine don't do jack.
Yeah, mine don't either. I'm in a camping chair. Shut up. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the deal. You
know what grinds my gears?
The people who are getting sick and dying of COVID right now are typically unvaccinated. Does that mean it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated? No, not really, because apparently the vaccine doesn't fucking work. But if you are at risk, we all have individual risk assessment capability. If you're at risk and afraid of getting COVID and dying, get vaccinated.
I mean, I would agree. Like, if I'm going to be like 50, 60 years old, and like, you know, I'm kind of unhealthy and junk, and I mean, I'd be more apt to taking it. You know what I mean?
My grandmother got the vaccine. My great uncle got the vaccine. Does it fully protect them? No. Will it drastically reduce their risk of death if they were to catch COVID from, say, me or my mom or anybody else? Absolutely. 1,000% it is going to reduce their risk of death because it reduces the risk of severity of a severe COVID infection, right?
Right.
So, again, if you are afraid of getting COVID and dying, get the vaccine. If you are confident that you could recover from COVID, don't get it.
I mean,
make your decision for you and for the people around you. If you have people in your family that aren't vaccinated, they're at risk, and you feel like the best way to protect them is to get vaccinated, then do it.
But too, the part, I guess what does it for me and my family is we're kind of thinking like, okay, well, they're like, oh, this has been tested, blah, blah. Yeah, but it's not been tested for a year, 2 years. Like, this has not been out very long. You know, what if we come around in a year or two and all of a sudden things start showing up? That's what scares people, I think, the most. The long term,
and you're probably right. You're probably 100% correct. But the fact of the matter is that there are alternative treatments. We've discussed them. Ivermectin is one of them. There's all kinds of different stuff that either helps or eliminates the risk from COVID altogether.
Yeah, and
they get quashed by the media.
Don't force me. But that's really what we need to talk about here. I don't think the problem is whether you get the vaccine or not. Not for most people, normal people. Now, you have your liberal folks that are like, oh, get the vaccine, just get it, blah, blah, whatever. You know? But I would say most normal people are going to be like, hey, you do what you got to do. You know? But let's talk about this. I think that mandatory vaccines are coming.
I think that if you try to mandate a vaccine into my body, I will mandate that you find Jesus fast.
Forcefully.
Like,
well,
forcefully.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's
same day shipping.
That's what I'm saying, man. I feel
Express
like
delivery.
It's going to come to a head that, now. Like, because they're already implementing it. Like, basically, hey, if you're going to be a government employee, you're going to either take the vaccine or wear a mask and get tested. And then they're now, but see, the contractors, the government contractors, they didn't say you could wear a mask. They said you got to get your people vaccinated. They didn't give you an option for the mask. They said you got to get vaccinated.
Oh, here's something that we should be thankful for in the United States.
What?
Poster depicting President Macron as Hitler lands French COVID protester in legal trouble. Because guess what France doesn't have?
Constitution?
Freedom of speech.
Oh, yeah.
Freedom of the press. Freedom of protest. We, America, are the greatest and okay, the intro video, the intro clips, the speeches, we are the last bastion of freedom in this world.
Yeah.
If
the
America,
last frontier of freedom, man.
If America loses their freedoms,
there's nowhere else to go.
Nobody has their freedoms.
There is one more place to go, but few and far between are going to be the person to go, and that's the wilderness. That's the only place you got left to go.
The thing is, all of these people in this country take it for granted that our founding fathers fought the British monarchy to give us these rights. And now you're going to squander these rights for some fleeting sense of security. I don't understand how someone who grew up in this country, the freest, most prosperous nation on this planet, would willingly give away their rights.
I'm with you.
Because for me, my freedom doesn't end where your safety begins.
No.
I could give a shit less about your safety if it impedes on my ability to live a free life. Now, do I care about your safety? Absolutely. Because that's what a human does. That's what a good person does. They take into account the ways that actions impact their fellow man.
Yeah, Matt, I do believe it was Benjamin Franklin that said that if an individual gives up freedom for security, then they deserve neither.
It was. Actually.
There's also, I think he also said something about I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery.
Correct. So, as all over the places this particular week has been for us here trying to do the podcast.
It's starting to come together a little bit.
It's started to come together a little bit. I'm kind of a little bit more in my element now. But
because we're in the getting the pig element.
There's a reason that we decided to do this. And the reason is because...
Free alcohol?
Well, first of all, I didn't start. We
Sorry.
First started. That was like the rule of no alcohol.
You be quiet.
There was like no alcohol when we first started.
No, we drank.
No, when we first, like the first little bit, we were like, well, no, we don't want to drink like on air because we might become bumbling idiots. And
well, yeah, and we did once. And it was fun.
It wasn't too bad, though.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
And that's what it's turned into. It's to have a good time and talk about these things, but it's to...
It's serious, but also entertainment.
It's more to inspire like-minded individuals to stay strong in their beliefs.
At the end of the day, we take this very seriously.
If there's one thing that I take really seriously, it's my fucking freedom.
True that.
Like, I mean, I'm at that point where, see, there for a while, I was telling people, militia is pointless, blah, 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 because I've been in one before. I've been in one, and it served what it served for that time period, but then I started getting to be like, it's just kind of pointless. Like, because if anything pops off, we're probably just going to get freaking killed or something. Like, you probably need to just bail off into the woods and just hide with your family until everything blows over. But now, but forming a militia now is not so much about trying to overthrow the government. Forming a militia now, what people don't understand is it can go towards
securing your freedoms.
Yeah, well, no, like defending your community, like defending that rule of law, that system that keeps things moving, that keeps people fed, that keeps the lights on.
Preventing jackasses from burning your city down.
Exactly. Like, it's not so much trying to overthrow the government as much as it is just trying to keep your life on the grid without having to bail off without having to bug out, basically.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you would, at least in my opinion, why you would want to form one at this point. So that way you can get like-minded people together, so that way y'all can make sure that the people you love are taken care of.
Correct. I have, like, my rifle is packed up in a carrier bag with 6 magazines, fully loaded, a magazine in the gun, a round in the chamber, ready to go.
At the bottom of a lake.
Yes.
But it's at the bottom of the lake. We got to go after it.
The bottom of the lake, and that's the thing. Like, if I need it, it's there. If I don't need it,
Right.
awesome. It's still there.
It's better to be. There was a quote. It's better to be the warrior in the garden than the gardener in the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, than the gardener in the war. Yeah. Yeah, and it's absolutely correct. It is better to be the warrior in the garden.
Right.
Because when shit hits the fan, you're ready to go.
Exactly.
So it pains me to see so many Americans ready and willing to give up their Second Amendment rights.
Well,
it pains me to see so many Americans ready and willing to give up their First Amendment rights.
Right.
It pains me to see so many Americans reliant on the federal government that was never supposed to be as large as it is.
Yep.
And it pains me to see all of these Americans complacent with the fact that their freedom is being actively dismantled. Like, on a day-to-day basis, it's always, what more can we take? Yep. From the Democrat side. And honestly, probably from the Republican side too, but the Republicans are at least kind of on the side of the people. Now, if you want a party in charge that's really on the side of the people, I mean, we're gold. That's why our logo is a golden yellow color.
Yep.
Because the Libertarian Party is a party that, above all else, values individual freedom. You want to smoke weed? Go for it. You want to do meth? Think it's a bad idea, but go for it. So, the fact that something like 95% of Americans have libertarian beliefs, you know, the beliefs that align mostly with the Libertarian Party, why don't libertarians win elections? Why are we still in this two-party shitbag? I don't understand why you still continue to vote for the lesser of two evils when there's a party that closely aligns with your beliefs that's on the ticket every year. Why, the Libertarian Party is literally the best of both worlds.
Okay, is Matt talking about the one... Matt, are you talking about where they marched in North Carolina when that governor talked about like banning AR-15s and stuff like that?
Oh, something else I wanted to talk about. Have you watched the documentary on Netflix called Tread?
No.
So it's the guy that armored a bulldozer.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that entire documentary is a hit job on that guy.
Why do you say that?
Because
I haven't seen it. I know of the guy, though.
So throughout the entire documentary, they're playing the tapes that this guy recorded.
Right.
But everybody that they interviewed gives a completely different story. They make this man seem crazy.
Well, and that's what it's going to really come down to, though. Anything, just like the January 6th stuff, they're all extremists. That's why all this extremist stuff is coming up on Facebook. Everything that is not the status quo is going to be considered extremist content. It's going to be, man, just for an example, just something completely kind of off the wall that I saw today. I saw a TikTok video of a guy riding a horse chasing down a calf that had escaped from the herd. And it was real. It was real life. And the dude lassoed the calf and put it on his horse and, took it back. people were amazed that was real life and that still happened in real life. Like, that's how disconnected people are, man. Like, we say the media and stuff are, but no, everyday people are just so used to their little box. They're just used to the little box. They don't know
That makes
that any
zero
of this stuff,
sense.
that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand that, like, this vast world of things is there.
Daddy must take me to the moon. Take me to Mars, please.
Like, there's probably, dude, like, all through my life, there's people that have been like, oh, wow, that's a thing? Like, it's just, like, simple stuff, dude.
It's definitely a thing.
No, I'm not talking about just the lasso stuff.
No,
like,
I know, but, like, the simple stuff that
Yeah.
people are like, that's a thing?
Yeah, like, and I know people personally that, like, Beth is friends with and stuff that I've like, said, oh, I do this or I do that, or, for an example, when COVID hit really hard, me and Beth, we used to be like preppers.
Yeah.
And in a way, I would say we still are, but not on the doomsday prepper level. We're the type that, we'll can food. We got chickens, we garden. We try to put away some food for ourselves. I hunt. And because really, stored food is not going to get you anywhere if it goes bad.
No.
So you need to learn how to make the food or obtain the food or grow the food.
Yeah.
You need to figure that out because that's the best way to do it. You need to have a system made. Okay? Well, when COVID hit, Beth and I went into like overdrive with this stuff. We were making sure we were canning stuff. We got the chickens. I was hatching chickens out for meat just in case. I mean, because as far as anyone was concerned, the world was ending, right? That's what everybody thought. Everybody thought the world was ending. Even when I got my taxes
Well, you would think.
Even when I got my taxes done, I was talking to, to the guy that does my taxes. Shout out to Josh. He's my guy. And, he agreed, though. As far as we were all concerned, the world was ending.
I never had that thought. I didn't think it would last this long.
And really, I think it's getting worse. Like,
it is, because the government is making it worse.
Yeah. Well, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to get better. I don't think it's going to get better. I think we've all got to start toughening up. And this is all really, if you really, the old saying, this is where the rubber meets the road. It's where we separate the men from the boys. Is getting to that point of where either stay strapped or get clapped. You know what I mean?
So I think the old saying of good times make weak men.
Oh yeah.
And hard times make strong men.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally.
It's.
We're there because
it's hard times make strong men. Strong men make good times. Good times make weak men. Weak men make hard times. Yeah.
We're in the weak men making hard times.
Yep. Unfortunately, I believe so. And the thing is, I don't think we're like in it. We're at the begin. I think we're at the beginning of it.
No, I think we're coming to the conclusion of it.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know.
And well, so the fact that China has been actively preparing its nation for war.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that too because
I mean we talked about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but I think it's getting
getting worse. They're actively showing signs that they're going to try to take Taiwan by force. Again.
I'm gonna look some of that up. I've heard some of it that like they're just kind of skimming over the top of it. They haven't put too much detail in it.
They're not going to because according to Biden, China is a rising China is a good for the world. I got news for you. Rising China is terrible for the world. And if you don't listen to Joe Rogan, like I really suggest that you go and listen to his episode with Seth Rogen. Not related, completely different families. But he talks about the way China really is. He talks about the concentration camps that China uses to produce probably the Nikes that are on my feet right now. I just got them because...
Yeah, there's like almost nothing up to like the furthest thing or the closest thing I have is about a month ago, and ever since then, since then it's black.
Yeah, because nobody wants to talk about it.
Nope. Wait. We got. Let's see. 6 days ago, but this is from Republic World. Taiwan prepares for cyber World War III. Alleges most attacks from China.
I don't.
And if we do go to war with China, that will probably be a big part of it. Cyber war. So if you don't have water, I would get some. At least get you some water to last you a while.
Or know how to purify enough water
Exactly.
to drink.
Exactly.
That's the key,
Yes.
is being able to purify water for drinking purposes.
Yep.
And I mean, especially like with us, we live in an area where there's plenty of water.
Yeah, plenty of water. And it rains plenty here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Unfortunately.
And actually, the rainwater, I'm not sure if I would probably still filter it and boil it just because, you got the whole acid rain thing going on. But I don't know if you necessarily have to. But, like I said, I would just be safe. And, but yeah, pretty much all you want to do, you can get you a water bottle, and you put like hay or grass or something in the bottom to hold everything in. You get you some charcoal. You put the charcoal in the bottom. I think you start with charcoal. Then you get you some sand or some rocks and then some sand. And then you just pour your water
I've seen
through
the
it.
videos of that, yeah.
Now, it's not going to look pretty.
Well, no, but it'll be drinkable.
Yes.
After you boil it.
Yes, and then you boil it. After you filter it
Which
through
means
that,
you need
boil
to
it.
know how to make a fire.
Yep. Especially family men, man. Family men, you need to be looking at getting your family prepared. If you have sons and daughters, you need to be teaching them skills. And if you don't know them yourself, you need to be learning them. You need to learn how to... I mean, I'm talking about just basic stuff, too. Like, learn how to shoot a gun. Learn how to build a fire. And you don't have to learn how to build a fire by rubbing two sticks together. Like, dang it, man, get you a pack of lighters.
Yeah, put them in your bug out bag.
Yeah, put them in your bug out bag.
Get you a Zippo. Put it in your bug out bag.
Yeah.
Get some fluid. Put it in there.
I mean, it's really not that hard to build a fire.
Get a damn magnifying glass and put it in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, get you one of them big old butane torches. Who cares? As long as you find your way to build a fire.
Yeah. Who
And
gives
it's
a
not
shit
that-
how
it's
you
not-
do it?
yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, all these guys out here, well, you're not a man. No, that's a bunch of bull crap. Like, just at the end of the day,
Also,
find
get
way
a
to build
hatchet.
fire. Yes, a hatchet is good.
Because
Preferably a small axe. Like I would not call this a hatchet. Like I would say, an axe probably about yay tall, because then you can use it to split small pieces of wood, but you can also chop with it. It's more versatile. But like you don't want the full blown axe because
it's hard to carry around.
yeah, and then you don't want like the little tiny hand hatchets that are like that big because then it's harder to split with. I would say you want a good about that tall. I would say.
Yeah.
So you can split but you're not gonna split like logs with it. You can
Well,
split
no.
small pieces of wood though, and you can cut down small trees.
Correct. Also, you can use it for defense.
Yes, that too. But
that was my point. Like, get a hatchet because you can use it to cut stuff,
Yep.
split wood,
Yep.
and you can throw it in a
build a
motherfucker's
shelter.
face.
Yeah, build a shelter.
Cook with.
And
defend yourself.
Get you a good knife. A good knife is, I would say, vital.
Yeah.
Because
Of course.
I mean, in my opinion, I think now, granted, I wouldn't want to survive in the woods like this, but I think if I just had a knife, like you could send me out into the wilderness with just a knife, and I think I could manage to survive. I'm talking about like even without something to make a fire. Like I could rub two sticks together and make a fire. I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it that
But
way.
I can if I
But
need to.
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm thinking I probably could if I really wanted to.
So, anyway, I mean,
We probably we could be coming down to that, guys. That's what we really need to be sobering up about. Like, it's a possibility.
yeah, and that's why we decided to start doing this, is
Yeah.
because of that possibility.
Yeah, 4 weeks ago it says from Fox News, Xi Jinping is preparing his nation for war.
No, you can't use Fox News. Come on, man.
I mean, here's, well, this is just a YouTube channel. I'm not going to use that. Taiwan's foreign minister says China's preparing for war. That's from PBS NewsHour.
The thing is I said that, but I was.
I know, you're being sarcastic.
Being
I know.
sarcastic.
I know. But there is going to be somebody that says that.
But, the thing is that when China starts moving, it's going to be bad for everybody.
It's going to be bad. Yeah, because China has a lot of people.
They have a lot of people, but are their hearts going to be geared to actually fight for China?
I mean, China is a pretty nationalist country.
But are they?
Hold up.
Because we don't really know what happens in China. What are you doing over there, Cody?
So hold up. What's up?
No, y'all just didn't want us to go too far past topic. Unbroken, Lonnie sent something in a Discord. I'm going to try to pull up and play. Ow,
well,
Jesus.
You let us know when that's pulled up.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, it says China state media says country must prepare. Oh, here we go. June 1st. This is from June 1st. This is a minute ago. But see, they're not talking about this stuff. It's so weird. China state media says country must prepare for nuclear war with U.S. after Biden asks for COVID probe.
What?
Yeah, that's from Newsweek.
Nuclear war?
Yep. Oh, I think if we go to war with China, there's that possibility. It's going to be cyber.
Yeah, but I don't think the U.S. is the one that starts that.
No, it'll be China, I think.
Yeah.
But, and then too, I don't know, because I feel like China will want what we have. They will want our country. So you don't want to mess up the property you're about to take. I don't know. I mean, you can nuke, you can nuke key points and take the rest.
So I think there's like one specific area that if you're going to nuke, I would prefer. And that area is
rhymes with Washington, D.C.
Yeah, because honestly, that's where like the majority of our problem
for Rand
is.
Paul to get out though first.
Well, yeah, because he's going to be the new president.
Yeah,
whatever.
Okay, so
and like that's not advocating for China to nuke D.C.
You want to see a good show to get you ready. Like if you are actually somebody that's like, hey man, I kind of want to get an idea of what this might be like. I want to be ready for this. Go watch the show Jericho. Jericho is an excellent show.
I've actually not watched that.
You've never watched? You need to watch that. It's on.
I'm not
Netflix.
much for like series like that.
But it's only 2 seasons.
I know, but I'm just not much for that stuff.
But
if you know what I mean,
I think you would enjoy it though. It's pretty excellent. I think I've watched it like 7 times.
Like I watched Tread last night, and it was just because I happened to cross it. But Cody, are you having a hard time over there?
Yeah, he sent it to me and not to group chat, so I had to pull it.
Lord, unbelievable!
I got it.
No, you just let me know when it's actually ready to play.
It's ready to rock and roll.
All right, go for it.
We cannot buy our security, our freedom from the threat of the bomb, by committing an immorality so great as saying to 1 billion human beings now enslaved behind the Iron Curtain, give up your dreams of freedom, because to save our own skins, we're willing to make a deal with your slave masters. Alexander Hamilton said, a nation which can prefer disgrace to danger is prepared for a master and deserves one. Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war, but there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second: surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? Well, Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them, that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better read than dead, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools, and our honored dead who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay, there is a point beyond which they must not advance. This is the meaning, in the phrase of Barry Goldwater, peace through strength. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material computations. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn we're spirits, not animals. And he said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
I dig it.
That man is arguably one of the greatest presidents this country has ever known.
Well, I only got chill bumps.
What?
Did you get chill bumps?
Of course I did.
Okay. Make sure I wasn't the only one.
I mean, all I'm saying, like I said, I'm about ready to wear my Hawaiian shirt.
I think that, like I said earlier, the time for talk is over.
It's getting there for sure. If we aren't there yet, it's not far.
As men of principle, talk is not going to do anything.
No.
We, as Americans, have to stand up for our freedoms. We, as Americans, have to tell our elected officials that we will not tolerate what is happening.
We may not have to tell them. I think China may tell them for us, and then we have to fight China.
And it's a possibility. But at the end of the day, we as Americans have to be willing to stand up for our rights. Sorry, I was playing footsie with you that time. We have to be able to take the steps necessary. We have to be willing to take the necessary steps.
Yep. And you know how you start doing that? Get your house in order. If you don't have a gun, try to get you a gun. This guy don't have to be.
Promptly throw it into the bottom of a lake, but get a gun.
It don't have to be any kind of silver line barrel.
Get a damn High Point, for God's sake. They're like $150.
Anything is better than nothing. Anything's better than nothing. And I don't care what anybody tells you, well, that's not going to work. Anything is better than nothing.
If it goes boom when you pull the trigger, it's perfectly acceptable.
Even if you go to Walmart and you make your entire bug out bag from the Walmart camping section, that is still better than nothing. I used to do a lot of stuff with that cheapo Walmart stuff. I'm just saying.
I mean, all of us have.
Yeah. But anything is better than nothing. I don't care if you spend 25 cents on a can of beans every time you go to the store and you stick it in your a closet or something and you stack that up over time. Anything
I don't even like
is
beans.
better than nothing.
But if it came to beans or starving,
you're gonna eat them.
I'd eat some damn beans.
Tasty. Beans are going to be very tasty.
They're going to be
beans are gonna be very tasty. When
real
you're hungry.
good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
and get one, learn how to use it, and learn how to maintain it. A gun.
Yeah, for sure.
Because your tools ain't gonna work good if you don't keep them maintained.
Right. So I'm pretty much out of stuff to talk about. I've given up on the financial corner and the conspiracy corner for right now because
I haven't heard
there's
too much about
so
aliens
much.
yet.
There's so much else going on at the moment.
I mean,
I've got plenty of stuff that we can talk about, but we've been going for
what's our count?
2 hours.
Cody? What?
For
2
like
hours.
2 hours, roughly.
Okay. I mean,
So
but we're
about an
kind
hour
of at
and
that point
15.
where we could be looking at war. Shoot, they're talking about drafting women now. We won't get into that.
We have to because of equality things. Throwing that out there.
No. The feminists don't want that though.
Yeah, no, they only want what works for them, not what takes
They
from
want
them.
what's beneficial.
Yeah.
For women.
Wait, hold on. I hate to stir the pot and cause some shit, but I kind of got to ask. Because of all this, racist that, Black Lives Matter this, Black Lives Matter that, if they do reenact the draft, is it going to be whites only? Because Black Lives Matter? And we can't send them over?
Oh,
we won't even be able to fight a war. We won't even be able to fight a war because everybody's gonna be like, "No, man, we're too woke. We got to make sure we're fighting war equally."
Right? You can't fight war against China. That's racist.
They're gonna be like, "Well, you
they're not American.
That's Asian hate.
You proportionally sent too many.
Damn
black
you,
people.
Cody.
Like you sent way more black people than Mexican people. Like this is not equal. Like, what are we doing? No, this is wrong. We
You
gotta
want to
fix
know what
it.
this podcast is today? This podcast is a podcast version of November Rain. It's like, you thought it was over, but it's not.
Sometimes you don't think it be like that, but it do.
But it do.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'm
tired. And I don't mean just physically tired.
Well, I mean, I deactivated Facebook because I'm tired of all the shit.
Yeah. I can't deactivate Facebook. I can't deactivate Facebook.
Spit it out.
Words.
They got me. They got me.
Words.
Facebook got me. I cannot
Read.
deactivate Facebook because I do business on Facebook.
Read.
Yep.
I mean, I guess I probably could, but
words.
For now, everything's okay. I did get, one of my posts did get flagged, but it wasn't my post. It was like a shared post. It wasn't
For
my
what,
post.
extremist?
No, I still have yet to see the extremist.
Yeah,
content.
I've yet to see it either. But
I'm skeptical. I want to see it. Like, I just want to go on there and be like, militia.
yeah, just to get flagged one time.
It's like, I just want to see it. I want to know it exists.
I mean, so I got blocked the other day by somebody that I'm pretty sure you're friends with on
Who?
Facebook. CH owns a store in owns a couple of stores in Arab.
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
Because he posted that thing about Converse having that shoe with the pentagram on.
Yeah. I saw that.
Okay, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. The problem is that you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And when I called him on it, some other people jumped in and they're like, it's pentagram, it's satanic. I was like, no.
Is it kind of like the devil shoes with Lil Nas? Like,
no, not even close.
No, I'm saying like the person that did it didn't go through Nike. Like, Lil Nas didn't go through Nike.
It's completely different. This is a collaboration with an artist. They posted it through the Converse Instagram account.
Okay.
the guy uses a pentagram in one of his logos.
Okay.
But it's not a satanic pentagram.
I mean, a pentagram is satanic.
No, it's not. Did you not know that the church used pentagrams? Yeah, look it up. The history of the pentagram has nothing to do with Satan worship. As a matter of fact,
I mean, it's witchcraft.
In some senses, yes. In some cases, yes. In some cases, it was used for
Look,
the
man,
Pythagorean
occult,
theorem.
The occult is like my interest.
Then look into the pentagram.
I have. And I've seen, and they actually have it in some Catholic churches.
Exactly.
But that's not the pentagram is the upside down star in the
No,
circle.
it's not. The pentagram is a pentagram. It's a 5-pointed star.
In a circle.
No. It's just a 5-pointed star.
I think it's a 5-point star in a
It's
circle.
not. That's what you think of. A satanic pentagram has to have a goat's head inside the pentagram. That is the official logo of the Satanic Church.
But see, the official Satanic Church, they don't actually believe in like the devil. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I know that, but the point is that the church used the pentagram as far back as the 1800s. The Jewish people used it well before the church ever used it. The pentagram has nothing to do with devil worship in and of itself. And that was the point I made.
Okay.
And somebody said that it was satanic, whatever, and I told them that they didn't know what they were talking about. I gave them examples, and finally, I'd had enough, so I pulled up her profile, and there was a post that said, "Be teachable, you're not always right." So, the reason I got blocked was because I said, for someone who has "Be teachable, you're not always right" posted on their page, you sure are unteachable. Like, I was actively looking it up. I was looking for the information because I had made the claim. The burden of proof is on me. So, I proved my point. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's on you. The fact of the matter is that a pentagram by itself is not satanic. And to be all upset and boycott Converse because they've put a pentagram on a shoe, they changed their logo. The original claim was that they had changed their logo, their branding, to a pentagram, which is not true. It's a collaboration with an artist. His logo utilizes a pentagram, and he even tells you what the pentagram represented to him. So, fuck off. But now I deactivated Facebook, so I really don't care.
I mean, even to me though, it's still bothering me.
But that's what most people think. That's what most people associate it with. But most people haven't looked into it enough to really know that that's not completely accurate.
No, it was just like a lot of other occultic symbols. Occultic symbols are used a bunch of different ways.
I mean, it's like the
swastika.
Yeah, that thing.
The swastika.
Go, you know the thing.
The swastika was used all the way back in like Aztec
It was a symbol of rebirth.
Yeah. And now
There
it's
was
the
the one
symbol
that
of
the
Nazism.
Nazis used, and then there was one that was
the one?
backwards.
He said 6-point star, right? I just
No,
typed
it's a
in.
5-pointed star.
Is that the Converse you're talking about?
No, that's not even the right one.
Well, and if you want to get technical, technically Converse has had the 5-pointed star in the circle this whole time. They have.
Exactly.
So
shut the hell up about it.
I'm saying, does this guy like turn it upside down? Is it?
It's an upside down. Yeah, it's an inverted pentagram. But it's not a rebrand at all. It's just his.
They collaborated with it, but
It's
see,
his
that's what's bothering people though.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a company
I mean,
that
they can do
made
what
that.
they want.
They can do whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, yeah.
Shut up! It doesn't matter.
I'm saying if you don't want to buy from them, don't buy from them. But the reality is if you.
The reality is that you can't read evil into every little fucking thing.
Well, no, I mean, it's there. No, what I was going to say is if you don't, if you're not, if we did not do business with any company because of the evils that go on in the company, we probably wouldn't be doing business with just about anybody.
I mean, I got news for you. We're the only species on this fucking planet that pays to be alive. We're all a bunch of morons.
Like, I mean, like, think of all the stuff that we buy every day. Do you not think that there's blood on something along the lines of probably everything you buy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard to think about. Nobody wants to think about that. That's why I said people are so disconnected now.
They are. So there's people that don't know that meat that you buy in the grocery store comes from a killed animal.
Yeah. Well, just like, you have pictures or videos
what
of you
what
hunting.
did you just said?
Exactly.
Like people say, oh, instead of hunting, why don't you just go buy meat in the store like a normal person? It's like, I mean, it's really...
Those animals were raised in captivity for the sole purpose of being killed to feed you.
Yeah, like this animal that I'm hunting has been free its whole life. It's been able to enjoy its life. And the person that's going to eat him, is the one taking his life.
Yeah.
It is more honest than going and buying meat in the store.
For real, yeah.
Like
I've got deer meat at home right now. That deer meat came from a friend of mine that killed the deer.
Right.
To feed his family and his friends.
Right.
I would rather eat that than go buy a pound of ground beef at the store.
Oh, heck yeah.
Plus, deer meat's fucking phenomenal.
It is. And better for you. It's better for you. Way better for you.
Like, I made stroganoff with deer meat.
Didn't bring me none.
Well, yeah, because I ate it all.
I mean, can y'all blame? I wouldn't have brought you in either.
Yeah.
I would have ate it all.
I like beef
almost. So next weekend,
Maybe not.
when we record, I've got deer burgers.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring them and we'll grill them before.
Oh, yeah.
I may have deer meat left, and we'll get over here early.
We need to get like a big deer
and we'll do
some meat and
chili.
And deer hot dogs.
Ooh, no, I've never had that.
Me neither, so...
I've had deer sausage, but I've never had deer hot dogs.
Sounds delicious. We'll have an entire venison cookout.
We're gonna have a game feast. There you go.
I'll make the chili.
The thing is, though, is that, like, I don't have a whole lot of this. Like, there's literally enough for me, you, and Beth and Cody to have a burger.
Well, we ain't who said anything about inviting anybody
Well,
else?
no, I'm just saying, like, there's...
Just enough.
There's just enough.
That's okay. We will savor it.
And you're lucky that I'm sharing it with you.
That's okay. I'm hoping to get at least one deer this year, and we'll have a little feast.
But anyway,
I know a guy.
I am completely out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it was a good show. It started out a little slow.
It started out terribly. Let's be honest. It was a shit show to start.
I mean, it's
not really. It was just slow.
Go, you know the thing.
That one. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. That was the whole first, 15 minutes. Yeah. I couldn't get my shit together to save my life.
We couldn't remember the shit to look up. Yeah,
I know. Next week, we really need to show prep a little bit better. Yeah. But it's been a busy week.
Yeah, it's been very busy.
I was actually busy all week. I just, it's whatever.
I know for a fact that Joe was busy.
I like the new setup a lot.
Downside, I had to sell my drum set, but it's okay.
Well, it's a drum set. You can live without a drum set.
I paid $1,500 for that drum set 13 years ago, and it was my. I played that drum set all over the place, all the way up to North Carolina.
Yes, but
a lot of memories, man.
How much you sell it for, Joe?
$600.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so for a 13-year-old drum set, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah, maybe.
Anywho, I'm out of stuff. You got anything else?
I got nothing.
Cody, you got anything else?
Nothing, man.
Good, because I didn't care if you did or not.
Oh!
No, but in all seriousness, we want to keep doing this. We want to make sure that we're being honest about the way that we feel about things.
Yep.
And I want to be a little bit more prepared next week. So
what do you think about a Venmo?
I don't. I think Patreon's the way.
Or
we're gonna
Patreon,
go.
that's what I meant,
Yeah,
Patreon.
I want to set that up probably tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm off work on Tuesday because
I'm not actually working this Sunday. I have to replace my dishwasher.
So you're
I'll be
working,
home.
you're just not working.
Yeah, I'm not working for somebody else, or not working on a property.
So, happy birthday to your brother.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think he listens to our show, but
Happy early birthday for me.
yeah. When's your birthday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Happy birthday.
Shut up right now. Shut your mouth.
To you.
Happy birthday.
I'm about to get the pig.
Happy birthday, old ugly man. Happy birthday.
That's inappropriate
to
for
you.
viewers.
Censor that.
I'm not on camera.
Yeah. Anyway, as fun as it's been, it's getting late.
Yep, I'm tired.
I'm exhausted. I would like very much to go home. Thank you, Matt.
And it's on Taco Tuesday.
Hell yeah. Deer tacos?
Ooh. Ooh. You know what I really want to do? Cow cheek tacos. Yeah, like the cheek meat is really like tender. Apparently they make tacos from them all the time.
Weird.
I want to try it.
How weird.
I just don't know where to get cow cheek from.
Okay, anyway. We're going to keep going if we don't stop now.
Okay.
So,
Got nothing. Got nothing.
I got nothing.
No,
you got
got
nothing.
nothing.
You got nothing. With that, tally ho, lads.
Tally ho.